So I'm going to recognize myself for 5 minutes. And Ms. O'Neill, my bill, the Secure Grid Act, ensures state energy security plans take a holistic approach in securing interconnected energy systems and the potential for supply chain disruptions to cause vulnerabilities in security protocols. The growing digitization of energy systems will only require more collaboration between all parties to ensure a secure and resilient network. In your view, how does the Secure Grid Act ensure states are considering all potential vulnerabilities in increasing interconnected and digitized energy systems?
Thank you for the question, Chairman Latta. The states, through the energy security plans that they have just completed, had to address cybersecurity by the law. They had to address the risks, and they had to profile sort of the state of knowledge. I'll say that they worked in close partnership with Caesar, as the Undersecretary outlined, to understand some of those risks and the shape of those risks, and that state roles in cybersecurity are still variable. I believe Representative Fedorchak referenced that. So they're still in very much a state of learning and emerging understanding. That's part of the work that we were describing before about having more working groups and more trainings, and this is a state of growth right now for those communities. So the Secure Grid Act makes it very clear that Congress would like to see the states pay more attention. This clarifies some of the roles for the states, that this is imperative for them, and it also clarifies over which part of the system that additional work should occur. So I believe the Secure Grid Act does clarify congressional intent for these plans going forward, and that should increase the security of those systems.
Well, thank you. Dr. Melby, I have quite a few electric cooperatives in my district. And in fact, I think I have more electric cooperatives than anybody else in the state of Ohio in a congressional district. You were talking about the money that's going to be needed out there. And I know when I go through my electric cooperatives for visits, the amount of money that's being invested just to make sure they're cyber secure and to protect them. But a couple of things that always come up, you're talking about the sharing the expertise and the dollars they have to, there are two things that always come up. You need the personnel and you have to have the training. So could you touch on those 2 points?
Sure. So as you mentioned, sir, we are not-for-profit at-cost utility providers. And so it is challenging for us because we need to be very discerning with the money that we spend. And we are committed and focused to securing the grid. And so in order to be able to effectively do that, we need to have advanced training. We need to have developed skill sets. And we also need the process and tools and technologies necessary for cyber hygiene so that we can provide that collective defense. And so although electric cooperatives are committed to that, the best pathway for us to achieve that is through partnership with federal agencies, partnership with our National Trade Association to help not only develop those skill sets, but to have the additional skill sets available to back us up when we need them.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Aronson, in this new era of rapidly increasing electricity demand growth, we need to ensure that pipelines that fuel power plants are secure. How might efforts of the DOE to enhance visibility over the supply and delivery of fuels for power informed on the pipeline security?
So I'm going to evade the question a little bit. I'll say it on the front end to say how government wants to organize to handle these issues is very much the prerogative of all of you and the government. I will say the interdependency and reliance on pipelines for power generation shows we, the Edison Electric Institute, and we, the electric power sector, have a vested interest in their success. As Director Fitzsimmons mentioned, the Electricity Subsector Coordinating Council and Oil and Natural Gas Subsector Coordinating Councils are both firmly over at the Department of Energy. And so from an operational standpoint, with respect to sharing of intelligence, with coordination, with exercises. In fact, we conducted an exercise with our gas partners just this past August, the Edison Electric Institute did. There's a lot of really good coordination happening there. From a regulatory and oversight standpoint, again, that's going to be the prerogative of government. But at this point, we're very comfortable with how effective the partnership has been between the electric and gas sectors.
Well, thank you very much. And I know I have about 20 seconds left, but I'm going to submit my other questions to you all in writing, and I will now